My original motivation was to make a difference. Better information, better analysis, better intelligence, better decision making. My name is Les Mayhew. I'm Professor of Statistics in the Faculty of Actuarial Science and Insurance based in Bayes Business School. My research is largely concerned with the use and exploitation of administrative data. It started way back when I was approached by a local authority. The Office for National Statistics was incorrectly estimating the size of the population. We developed algorithms which compared and matched data. We came up with an audit trail showing how many people there were in this London borough. We were quite adrift, had a much higher figure than the accepted official population count, and this generated lots of interest, and it resulted in questions in Parliament. That gave the ideas and the use of administrative data a considerable boost, but it wasn't just about estimating local populations. It was about lots of other applications of administrative data in health, education, crime, you name it. We probably did it at some point. Working with a children's charity whose responsibility at the time was to dispense some of the donations made to the BBC Children in Need. They had thousands and thousands of cases, but they couldn't really make sense of the data. They were not sure whether they were delivering these grants fairly across the country, so we compared their practice with open source data on things like benefits and deprivation. We helped them to devise a categorisation of children in need, which they say helped to transform their way of thinking. And we were able to show that what they were doing could be much improved in isolated areas of the country which weren't being as fairly treated. Accurate data is very important for making the right decisions about what's going on. We were really keen to get inside the heads of the decision makers. Of course, these decision makers, they're not necessarily mathematicians, they don't necessarily think the same way, but they have a passion for what they are doing. And if you can convert their passion into something that is amenable to analysis or problem solving, then you have a meeting of minds. For me, one of the driving motivations was a passion to make a difference, using sound methods of analysis, to use that in a creative way to get inside the heads of decision makers and try to reframe their questions. I think if I've achieved anything, it's to build that bridge between academia and the decision maker.